What's going on, family? It's the luckiest one in the building, the hood's guru, the hood's pastor, Saturn's favorite. Family, take your seats. Welcome to another church service, guys. I appreciate the likes, the shares, the subscrizzles. Y'all been showing out in Saturn season, dropping all this love on pastor. I mean, you're too kind. I mean, your spirit is a generous spirit. Where's my handkerchief at? Because y'all be... Sister Mary, thank you, Sister Mary. Y'all been slacking in here, church. You know I can't really get in my bag till I get my spiritual rag. All right, family. All right, take your seats, beautiful people. Get your programs out, okay? Tap into the Patreon if you want to dive deeper. Tap into my website if you want to connect with the Lucky Libra. Guys, I've been trying to update you past couple of streams. I'm constructing a relationship fundamental class, all right, in the month of February. So y'all should be following me on Instagram. Turn your notifications on. I just want to keep y'all up to date with everything dealing with that. It's going to be right around the corner, guys. Flyer going to be out soon. All right. Opportunity to get your tickets for class and all of that is going to be out soon. So y'all just want to stay on top of that. Keep your ear to the streets. All right, family. We're going to be covering karma. All right. Natural karma when it comes into relationships that you're brought in here. It's going to be covering, all different type of tendencies and traits that we have around things, how to detect the different tendencies and traits you have around love matters, where love potential is at in the chart. All right, we're going to get into all that good stuff, family. We're going to get into all that good stuff. So y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in to that. Do I got anything else to say before I get into the energies that be? Do I got anything else to update y'all on? I think that's about it right there. I think that's about it right there, family. All right, I just feel the positive, fruitful, prosperous, exuberant, abundant vibes in the church right now as y'all walk in. I feel the vibes, family. All right. I mean, look at you guys. I mean, they said January was out to get you, family. Do you remember that? I mean, they said the Saturn thing was going to be Saturn, and looking at you guys right now. Saturn who? Matter of fact, let's not do that. Matter of fact, let me not even go. Let me not take it too far because that nigga got hands. That is a powerful brother, right? Saturn, I rebuke that one. You know we just be playing. Those is jokes. That's this nigga. That's your problem though. Nigga never too serious. Nigga be playing around too much. I mean, never want to play around. I be playing around too much. That's why Saturn be having me upside down sometimes. Pause. That sounds a little crazy, but y'all know what I mean, family. All right. Well, we might have to put some money together, get Saturn a little yearly gift card or something to the spa. Brother, a little too tense. You're a little too serious, brother. All right. But for the most part, we need that seriousness. Okay. We be needing that seriousness in times that we in. Okay. This ain't time to play, guys. I've been trying to tell y'all. It's been a lot of, obviously, there's always going to be distractions in the matrix, but we not going to get caught up with any of that because we utilizing the powers that be to bring some true transformation into our life, all right? We disciplining that, placing time into this, refining that, all right? Centering spirit in as many different ways as we can right now. So stay focused, families. We must stay focused. Dr. Umar voice. All right, gang. So... February, happy 1st, family. I don't even know if I said that yet. Happy 1st, gang. All right, like I said, look at you knocking out first month of 2024. January's in the books, okay? I mean, the first month of the 8-year in the books, guys. You see how time's flying a little bit? This is the slow part of the year. This is Saturn time. This is the slow part of the year, and time is flying. All right, guys, so we want to stay productive, stay busy, okay, guys? Because, idleness is the devil's workshop. All right. All right. Hold on. Got some spiritual rag. Sorry. Got to get my spiritual rag. All right. Now, let's get into a couple of themes before I get into the transits of February, guys. Happy solar return to all my Aquariuses. Happy solar return to all my unique ones in the building. All my progressive free thinkers in the building. All right. Y'all good? Y'all enjoying y'all season? Can everybody just throw an ashe in the comment? Y'all know the vibes. Can I see the ashes? Can I see the plates? Can I see some of that holy water emoji in there? All right, everybody bow your head real quick. Sister Johnson, watch your bangs, because last week I got some in your bangs. You was a little mad about that. Spread them out a little bit. Put half of the bang to the left, half of the bang to the right. Yeah, so get some of this. Get some of that healing water on you. All right, guys, so let me see some of that ashe in the comment. Let me see some plates. Let me see some water emojis. What's the magical number today? What's today? Today, Thursday. Today, let me see some ones. This is the first of the month. Let me see some ones in the comments so I know, all right, we're all in alignment. So I know we're all here for the word. All right. All right, family. February 2024. Heavy Saturn presence. Heavy Jupiter and Neptune presence. All right, guys. So we're getting closer to that conclusion. That conclusion-like energy of a little shoulder. Ooh, little shoulder. Y'all hear that? That's that classic is playing in the background. All right, but let me not get too carried away. We must stay focused. Dr. Umar voice, we must stay focused. That Jupiter Neptune energy, we know when we get to Pisces season, we start dealing with more conclusion cycle type energy. We got the top of the year right around the corner. Like I said, time is flying, family, but let's not jump too far ahead, but know what's going on though at the same time though, all right? So Saturn presence, Jupiter, Neptune presence. All right, part 2 of Saturn season. We have to make sure we close it out strong, family. Look at you guys. It's just wiser, stronger. Look at you guys. You guys are strong. Y'all ready? I see y'all muscle. I see y'all flexing a little bit and all that. All right, so let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. Just a couple of themes I got for February before we get into the transits. Guys, huge transformations amongst tribe partnerships and associations. Point blank, period. We gonna get in where we spiritually fit in the month of February, and that's inevitable. With the type of energy we got going on this month, when I say we're dealing with transformations in our associations and partnerships, yes, that's a given. It's damn near cliche to say that around Aquarius season, but guys, you gotta understand, with the heavy Pluto influence we have coming into Aquarius season, and the type of influences we finna have with transformative, it's just a bunch of transformative extreme energies in play. And it's going to be a lot of conjunction energy. And when we deal with conjunctions, planets are able to give each other new perspectives. So it damn near create not only new opportunities, but it's birthing new cycles at the same time. February, this ain't really the month to really be starting a lot of things. All right. We were supposed to come into this month with some things of fruition. Like I said, Capricorn season, part 1 of Saturn season. This is when we was building the new systems, building the new blueprints. All right, guys. So this is the time to make sure we're sustaining things. We're learning how to sustain, what we've been building. But when I talk about transformations in our groups and associations, guys, it's not necessarily, not all these transformations have to be, perceived in the sense where you're leaving the group or association, you're leaving the partnership. It could be a conversation that, changes or tweaks the dynamic of the partnership, of the association. All right. Aquarius, remember, is dealing with progressive thinking, realistic thoughts. All right. Aquarius is the water bear, is pouring the water out. So Aquarius knows how to get, make decisions while having the emotions completely removed. All right, guys. And we know it's not always wise to make decisions based off of our emotions. We have to be able to reflect upon the emotions, digest the emotions, and throw a balance of intuition and some logic in there so we could be as sound as possible when it comes into making decisions in our life in general, but specifically around these times. So guys, when it comes, and Aquarius energy, not only dealing with heavy thought energy, it's dealing with revelations, it's dealing with downloads, it's dealing with new awarenesses. So there's going to be a lot of people running into their awakenings right now. If you're in the church right now, I might have some newbies, viewing this right now. You in your awakening process right now. So you came to the right place. All right, we're going to vet you properly. Okay. We got all different type of staff members. The church is always open. All right. I mean, my email, my website, family, we here. It's a community. We're going to do this together. All right. But for the most part, a lot of y'all's already tapped in. So y'all going to be the ones that have to be, y'all going to have to be the guidance for a lot of people getting into their awakening process around this time. Because trust me, it's finna get real. All right. From that perspective. So we want to embrace all new perspectives that are expressed and related to us in our groups, in our partnerships, so we can continue to have, progress, or we could continue to work in a healthy way mutually in these groups or associations we're a part of. But remember, when I say we're going to spiritually get in where we fit in, if we're a part of some partnerships with all the transformation energies we got going on in the name of Aquarius and Pluto and whatnot in February, if we're a part of certain associations, relationships that, is not supporting our spiritual development, guys, they're going to have some mild to major occurrences this month that's gonna, boot us up out that environment and bring us closer to spaces and people, places, and things that supports our development. Point blank period, guys. Point blank period. It's Saturn season, so by this time, we're halfway through, about to be halfway through part 2 of Saturn season. We already should have been restricting and placing boundaries and guards up in certain places, detaching from, unhealthy environments. A lot of us are manifesting spaces, even with some of our loved ones, that, we're starting to fall back or become a little detached because our growth right now, the way we're growing and the things we're expanding on, it could feel discouraging not being able to relate it. So it's pushing us into more of an isolated space. This is why Aquarius, they're air signs, but they can manifest a lot of isolation in their life because it'd be hard for Aquarius to relate their thoughts to others at times, or Aquarius could feel somewhat discouraged when they feel like, they're going through these transformations or they have expanded outlook on something. And, the people that they're around, like Aquarius is a sign that could be around a lot of people and feel lonely at the same time. Like they know what that phrase mean right there. So I believe a lot of us is experiencing that at this moment. And we have to learn not to be too intense to the point we're pushing loved ones all the way. We're pushing loved ones away. We're being super extreme with our detachment process in the sense that we're feeling so discouraged that people aren't, our loved ones or people that we want to see grow aren't aligning on the same journey with us, and we're being intense, damn near projecting on them, when we have to understand everybody has their own pace with things, guys. When it comes into growth in life, everybody has their own pace, their own journeys, different forms of karma and lessons that they got to learn. So that's one thing I've been kind of harping on. If you've been in tune, guys, if y'all been coming to church, I've been harping on that a lot recently. Got to be careful not trying to force people to come into your path or walk your path with you right now. All right, guys. So, and lastly, I predict there's going to be some form of major censorship and, algorithm changes on the internet. There's too many transformative influences running through Aquarius. We got an Aquarius stellium developing. So, we know Aquarius has a huge influence on the internet, various forms of technology and communication. So with all these different influences, I just picked out, I don't know exactly what it's going to be. And I have a huge feeling it's going to be the spiritual community and people utilizing the age of all these resources in the age of Aquarius to expand the consciousness of the world and others. It's us that's going to be censored. So my astrologers, my tarot readers, people getting online, exposing or bringing awareness to, the powers that be in the world, just spiritual teachers, guys, hold it down, be strong. All right, don't get too discouraged if we run into anything where we're dealing with different restrictions, with different YouTube. Don't be doing too much this month, man. Come on, man, just hold it down, YouTube. Don't let the Matrix gas you up this month to be complicated. All right, but I do see that coming. I do see that coming in some type of shape or form, guys. I mentioned in 2024. I said in 2024, when we were doing the breakdown for influences in our live stream for what's to come in 2024, I mentioned there's most likely going to be some extreme changes when it comes into the internet. This might be the space where we start to pick up on some of that, right? We start to experience some of that. So we're going to just keep our eyes out for that. Y'all know we have daily church sessions, all right? So we always ahead of the curve. We always ahead of the curve, never behind. All right? So that's what we got going on with that, family. Let's get right into it, guys. Let's get right into it. February 5th, first major transit of the month. Mercury enters Aquarius, all right? Mercury enters Aquarius, and Mercury loves some air energy, right? Mercury loves some air energy because that air energy is dealing with the thought. it's dealing with communication, it's dealing with relatability, it's dealing with connecting, it's dealing with messaging. All right. So Mercury gets up in there, and this what starts to speed up, us jumping into us manifesting opportunities to jump into more networking like environments. Like I tell you, anytime Mercury moves into a whatever house it's in, whatever sign it's in, it's gonna attract situations for conversation. It's gonna be able to attract new information, new detail with things. It can attract new relationship energy from, or we could say it'll bring new relationship activity. Let's say that. All right, let's say that. It has a huge influence to bring new relationship activity to where it's at, because it's simply just dealing with that communication, relatability, energy. So you put the influence of Mercury in air, it's likely that it can attract new people in our lives, all right? The one thing about Aquarius energy being such of a brilliant thinker, geniuses sometimes could get a little lost in their thoughts, all right? And Aquariuses have a tendency to do that at times. So when Mercury gets into Aquarius, we want to make sure we're not too stagnated by the thought, and we're allowing ourselves to have, be active, jumping into spaces, exchanging, influences with others, shaking and baking out in the outside realm, all right? Continue to place motion into anything that we're dealing with from a creative perspective that we're trying to connect out into the world. Let's not get too stagnant in the thought, trying to tweak this, trying to overly fix that, this, that, and the third. Like I said, guys, we actually should have been built, structured the new things already. February is not the month to be starting a whole bunch of new things. I don't really advocate for that this month. It's more about refining, moving with the transformations manifested in our life. Yeah, around the new moon, we could start ushering new things in. But for the most part, we're supposed to be doing that part one of Saturn season, okay? It's fixed time, it's fixed air. So we're learning how to sustain these new processes, okay, guys? But nonetheless, Mercury gets into Aquarius, a lot of new progressive thoughts, progressive ideas, and opportunities to manifest spaces where we can relate our ideas and thoughts with people that resonate with them and can give us something back, right? Can exchange something back, all right? So we got that going on. And then jumping to February 9th, new moon in Aquarius. All right, new moon in Aquarius. Now, guys, the only major aspect going on with this new moon is going to be a square to Uranus. It's going to be a square to Uranus. We already know Aquarius is the Uranus influenced sign other than Scorpio. But this is going to be a time, like I said, the shenanigans is going to start early. All right. When it comes into Aquarius energy, us knowing it has a huge influence on like social media, propaganda, media in general, and we know media controls narratives. This is going to be a interesting time, this new moon, seeing with this square how certain things may be projected in the air, certain programs may be thrown into the atmosphere, and may whether it's a fear tactic, whether it's something that is developing in the world that's coming off as a new power and controlling system. There's a lot of rebellious energy in the air. There's a lot of revolutionary like energy in the air. All right, guys. So we may find ourselves rebelling in all different type of ways in the month of February. And around this time, and when we may find ourselves rebelling against our goddamn selves in a positive way, right? We got certain habits and tendencies that we're tired of, certain cycles. We're going to rebel against that and rebel against all type of enabling influences in our life. But when it comes into that new moon in Aquarius squaring Uranus, Uranus energy has been at large for a long time. For a little minute now, we've been harping on Uranus every other day. So with this new moon in Aquarius squaring Uranus, this is a time that a lot of us are going to be forced and pushed into spaces where our individuality needs to grow. So we may be in spaces right now that the things that are unique about us, the things that separate us from the pack, we may be in environments, partnerships where these things can't sprout. Okay? You need to be able to be in the right environment to grow. You need to be able to be in the right environment to grow. Okay? It's just like trauma with children or and a seed. Some of us deal with certain forms of trauma that we can't, evolve. There's only but so much evolving and growing we could do until we heal that trauma because we weren't placed in the right environment in some type of shape or form to have certain forms of potential, start to blossom. So it's not until we get into this self-reflection phase and start shedding energy, start doing the work, get into our shadow work, that we could start creating an environment for us where now we could start growing. You could take a seed, and if it's not planted into the right soil, if it's not nourished, nurtured the right way, right? You just throw a little seed on my computer desk, it ain't nothing growing, all right? You got to throw that joint in some soil, all right? So it's all about the environment, guys. And when we get into this time, we want to make sure we are already in a space of identifying what's holding back our individuality, what type of traumas, insecurities, before we even start pointing out other people, places, and things, what things within us, traumas, insecurities, experiences in the past, relationship experiences in the past that hold us back from really embracing or creating certain things that we feel individually called to do, that we don't have a lot of references or examples of everybody else doing it, but we feel deep down it's something that we need to do for ourselves, right? A change or transformation we need to make for ourselves. So this is going to be just a pivotal time, being able to, hopefully have some breakthroughs, have some downloads and new awarenesses about what changes and transformations we need to make. Transformation, attachments, those been the magic words. Those been the magic words in Saturn season. All right, guys. But nonetheless, this will be the little gap that we have. I don't want to say a little gap, but this will be the space that we have that, starts to create certain portals for us to throw new things into the atmosphere, new goals, new aspirations. But it shouldn't be nothing too drastic, from what we already have in motion. All right, guys. So new moon Aquarius, squaring Uranus February 9th. All right. Moving on. February 13th. All right. Mars enters Aquarius. Mars enters Aquarius. Now, guys, Mars in Aquarius is a extremely rebellious transit and alignment in general. All right, people with Mars in Aquarius, these people are willing to be martyrs for their ideologies, for their beliefs. These people are gonna, whatever type of relationship activity they like to deal with, Mars and Aquarius, oh yeah, they're going to get into that relationship. They want to be polygamous. They want to have an open relationship, this, that, and the third. Mars ain't settling for that in Aquarius. Y'all understand, Mars is the individual. Mars is very individual, and Aquarius really could be detached. So you put that together, they're passionate about their space. They're passionate about what type of communities and partnerships they have. And it gets very white and black with Mars and Aquarius, as far as who they relating themselves with, as far as what communities they're in, because they'll be very detached and be in their own space, and they're only trying to create opportunities to be around people who share the same motivation as them, who share the same ways of thinking as them. Like this energy really does not settle to be around minds it doesn't resonate with. Not at all. Not Mars and Aquarius. Not at all. All right. So this is only going to amplify, all right, all the influences pushing us to get into spaces and places that resonate with our individuality. All right, guys. But the thing is, guys, when Mars gets into Aquarius, it's going to be conjunct Pluto. It's going to be conjunct Pluto. And if you didn't know, Mars and Pluto are like this, gang. Mars and Pluto is like this. These niggas, tag team champs. All right. Jeff and Matt Hardy. Some of y'all not some WWF fans back in the day. All right. What's another good tag team? Peanut butter and jelly. All right. Sugar milk. I don't think that's the best combination right there. Some of y'all don't know about that sugar milk right there. Yeah. Some of y'all wasn't raised in the trenches. Okay. But for the most part, they make hell of a duo. We know Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. And y'all already know what we've been dealing with the Pluto in Aquarius energy, as far as the start of it, as far as the influences it's going to bring. If you're late to the show, gang, y'all want to go ahead and check out that live stream, our previous live stream, breaking down Pluto and Aquarius energies for all signs and understanding what influence is bringing to your Aquarius house. But yeah, when Mars meets up with Pluto, this is when a lot of drastic, extreme things might start manifesting when it comes into transformations in our groups, associations. This is when our tolerance is going to be very low. You know, allowing ourselves to stay in environments where we cannot relate our passions, our goals. We feel like our motivation is stunned being around certain people, places, and things. I'm telling you guys, this is when we're going to start being like, you know, I don't even know how I stayed in this environment that long. Like, I need to break free. And if there's any sign that yearns for freedom, is mother friggin' Aquarius. All right, guys? So best believe that Mars and Pluto conjunction finna be real. So this whole little space, matter of fact, let me keep going. I'm gonna come back to what I'm about to say. So moving on, Mars enter Aquarius, will conjunct Pluto right away as soon as it gets in there. So we're going to feel that energy. It's going to be loud. We're going to feel that spark. That day, we're going to wake up February 13th. We're going to wake up in the day. We're going to feel that mug. Trust me. Now, moving on to February 16th, guys, Venus enters Aquarius. And at this point, we're going to have 5 planets. We're going to have 5 planets in Aquarius. All right? So it's going to be the Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, Pluto. Now, guys, 5 planets in a sign, it don't matter what the planets are. It don't matter what the sign is. This is already naturally going to cause intensity by default. It's just too much energy in one place. And I don't want to say too much like it's a bad thing, but that's just what it is. It's a lot of energy in one sign, in one place, a lot of concentrated influence. So we have to be able to have some control over that Aquarius area in our birth chart. It's going to be a lot going on. You got new awareness developing, Sun, Mercury. You got a lot of thoughts and ideas about different things going on. A lot of thoughts and ideas being related to you that could distort your ways of thinking about things or expand your ways of thinking about things. So the level of discernment and intuition dealing with what type of air energy we're gauging in the atmosphere is going to be very important. Then you throw Mars and Venus in there, the 2 planets that govern our feelings, what we love, what we hate, what we passionate about, you know, what we sensitive towards, what we value, what we're motivated about. Okay, so it's gonna be a lot going on in this space, and this is gonna be like an intense. Damn, saying "n" before intense that's a little tongue twister right there. But this nonetheless is gonna be an intense 2-day period in the world in general, and in our Aquarius house from an individual point of view, until the Sun moves into Pisces 2 days later on the 18th. So I'm definitely going to be journaling, all right, and seeing what's going on in the world around this time. 5 planets in Aquarius, all right. A lot of activity, a lot of new awareness, a lot of different feelings, a lot of new feelings and emotions when it comes into, once again, partnerships, groups, associations that we're in. So there's an occurring theme, you know, manifesting in the month of February where it's almost like we want to make sure we're doing the work to prevent these blow up or intense extreme situations in our personal life amongst environments. Like, it's a consistent theme. We want to make sure we do the work ahead of time because we're going to be so sensitive, guys. We're already sensitive now. We're already sensitive now to being in spaces where we feel like we can't relate who we truly are in some type of shape or form, whether it's the job space, your intimate partnership, your family household, your friendships, whatever it may be. We're already sensitive to these influences now. So by the time we get into this space, Mars passionate, not having no patience, Ash Wednesday self going crazy in Aquarius, then Venus comes in there. Now she starts throwing her hissy fits about not being able to feel her value for her individuality in Aquarius. And you know, Venus get detached in Aquarius. Venus get detached in Aquarius. So think your partner, what's Valentine's Day? See, Valentine's Day is right in the middle, February 14th. Valentine's Day is right in the middle of Mars entering Aquarius and Venus entering Aquarius. Literally right in between that energy. So it's going to be, I'm talking about, make sure you on your partner's good side, because the detached bag they finna jump into, if they ain't feeling the vibes around this time, it's going to get real. It's going to get real. And I don't want it to get too real for my church members, all right? If it does get too real, reach out to me. We go to the confession room. You get it out. It stay between me. I can't let nobody know what you tell me in the confession room. All right? I mean, I am a Libra. I might tell my best friends and I'm just playing. I'm going to keep it to myself, y'all. I ain't trying to get my license rebuked now. All right, family. So yeah, that's gonna be a little intense 48-hour period right there. All right, guys. And February 18th, happy birthday to the Pisces. All right, I don't know if I can say happy birthday that quick because it ain't the 18th. Y'all, you know, Pisces, they very imaginative. If I say it right now, they probably gonna think, oh, for real, it's February. Pisces, no, it's February 1st. Relax. You know, they jump into portals very quick. But happy pre-birth. No, I ain't gonna say that neither. February 18th, the sun enters Pisces. All right, gang. And that starts the conclusion process to the year, the reflective part of the year. All right. We get back into some deep diving in the subconscious. Not saying that we're not doing that now, but it's just when we're dealing with certain energies, it's easier to access certain energies and certain portals to do certain things. Okay? So when it comes into our imagination, when it comes into reflecting into all the creative energies we've been throwing out into the air, and we haven't been thrown out into the air, we understand, you know, why we have it on a deeper level. We get into our true individual self-reflecting counseling bag. All right, so when you get into Pisces season, you really turn into Dr. Ville. We're going to get in our Montel Williams bag. Y'all want to hear the Montel Williams? Y'all want to hear the Montel Williams? All right, guys. Right now, we're trying to understand why Boro is feeling disconnected from this woman he's been dating for a while. It may have an influence on the Saturn presence, okay? Maybe Mercury's feeling a little distracted, okay, from different ideas and thoughts being thrown at him. But before we get into it, we're going to take a quick commercial break. It's the Montel Williams Show. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Shout out to Montel Williams. That brother was good. All right. But that's what Pisces season does. It jumps us into our Montel Williams bag. All right. So if you wasn't doing any shadow work leading up to that point, it hits you a huge tidal wave of that good 12th house water energy is going to hit you. And we have to find out why your imagination is being restricted in some type of shape or form. All right. We already know Neptune is here. We already know Saturn is here. So the sun gets in here and it highlights the energies that's already in here. Right. So sun comes into Pisces. It starts bringing new awareness on new ways to structure and build around the imagination. It starts bringing a new awareness to how we may be self-restricting ourselves when it comes into our creative awareness or things that we want to bring into fruition from our imagination. More clarity about things dealing with aspiration energy in general. All right. And understanding what's in the subconscious. I tell you all the time, the water signs hold a lot of influences dealing with insecurities because they're dealing with the subconscious. Not just insecurity energy. All signs got their insecurities. But when it comes into really seeing what stayed in the subconscious and what we need to work out, the water signs, they're the ones that's helping us understand how to navigate that space. So when we get into Pisces, it's more so navigating insecurity energy around things dealing with our creative influences, right? Things dealing with our dreams, guys. So that's what we got going on. Shout out to all my Pisces when we get to that February 18th space. And then the next day, February 19th, we got the true node conjunct Chiron in Aries. All right. So we jumping into some strong healing energy, some strong healing spaces around that space, that 18th, 19th space. All right. The node is always helping us to see the significance in embracing a new journey, a new path, and showing us what type of potential, spiritual expansion and development we can manifest by embracing certain situations, even though it may feel uncomfortable. So when it does that with Chiron, this is a time where a lot of us in Aries, Chiron in Aries, we're going to be manifesting certain cycles where, universe wants to see us establish our individuality. Universe is going to want to see us say it with our chest in our Aries house, aka, express ourselves, let our true self identity be seen and make up for mistakes that we have made with Chiron and Aries these past couple of years, not establishing our individuality in some type of shape or form. So we get to capitalize on those things and really apply our newfound wisdom in our Aries house. You got to think about everything we've been going through in our Aries house since like the top of 2023, guys. All right. And Chiron been in the Aries before that. But a lot of things intensified around eclipse season, popping off in our Aries house, a lot of the node activity. So when it comes to everything that we've been manifesting, there's a lot of new wisdom in our Aries house, and the true node comes in there and creates portals for us to establish, you know, our self-identity, establish the I am in that house in some type of shape or form. All right, guys, so we got that going on. And then moving on to the 23rd, gang. Moving on to the 23rd, Mercury enters Pisces. And just like that, that quick, 4 planets in Pisces. So we jump from an Aquarius stellium right to a Pisces stellium. There's going to be some spiritual Ash Wednesday babies coming into the realm around this time. If you do, listen, if you're watching this and you're pregnant, all right, first of all, if you're watching this and you're pregnant, hold on, let me get some of this on you and get some of this on your womb. Get some of that on that spiritual baby in there. I mean, the baby in the womb right now just like, all right, when I come in there, I think I'm going to use tarot. No, I should use astrology to navigate. I mean, the baby already getting its divination tools ready. All right. There's some spiritual rebellious babies coming into the realm this February, all right? We need to keep an eye out on these babies. I mean, the next Malcolm 2.0, though. Imagine if Malcolm was using astrology. Imagine that. That's the type of babies we got coming in right now. I mean, Marcus Garvey's 2.0s. Imagine Marcus Garvey pulling tarot cards. Imagine that. I'm telling you, it's gonna get crazy. All right, but seriously, guys, just like that, 4 planets in Pisces family. So big deep dive influences, and right before big deep dive influences in the subconscious, dealing with shadow work. You know, once again, more awareness surrounding our creative awareness. You know, our spiritual development. Once again, Saturn karmic Ash Wednesday self is already helping us, you know, understand how to practically work around imagination energy. And that's a process, right? That's a process. Learning how to take something that doesn't exist in the physical realm yet, because if it exists up here, it exists in the astral realm, right? If you could perceive it, believe it, if it's already a vision, imagination, it exists somewhere. And you guys need to understand that. It just takes time to reel that down. All right. And that's part of the biggest challenge in the earth realm, embracing the time. And that's why Saturn season is so important. That's what a lot of you guys, I know a lot of you guys are learning right now. Like, damn, there is potential for this connection with this relationship to work. There is potential for me to bring this creative idea down here. There is potential for me to heal this. Time heals. You know, time does a lot, family. So Saturn season helps us to see the significance of using Saturn influence, and us embracing, remember, Saturn's already in here with his karmic Ash Wednesday self. So not only are we being able to, you know, refine our ways of building these things and, you know, gaining more confidence when it comes into that process of aligning practicality and a sense of structure around imagination energy, around creative energy, healing energy. That's what preps the new year, moving into Aries season. So we take that conclusion. I like to call this the conclusion space. Yeah, I know I like to call Pisces in the 12th house the pregnancy space. All right, so you really get to make sure the womb is healthy. All right, so we could birth a healthy baby in that first house. When the day I'm about to say I give birth like I'm a woman, but the day, God willing, you know, if I have any children in this experience, I want that water birth vibe. All right. But sometimes when I be watching that water birth, I'll be like, damn, am I gonna look like a lot going on there? You know, brother get a little squirmish. I got a little weak stomach, y'all. But I'm gonna have to hold it down for my woman. I'm gonna have to hold it down, baby. Get it out. Doctor, I can't, you know, you gotta have the private physician in there. Doctor, can I look now? Like, I don't think you wanna look yet, brother. I'm like, all right. Oh man, I feel the different fluids and, oh man, damn, I gotta look. This is my baby. Damn, my baby got a big Ash Wednesday head. I be playing too much. This is why Saturn be getting on me. You like, this brother play too much. All right, y'all, my bad, y'all. Let me stop. Shout out to all the women out there, all my doulas, everybody had a water birth. Y'all some strong spirits, all right? Women, y'all strong in general. All right, y'all really birth babies. Like, that'd be really crazy when you sit down and think, like, humans come out of y'all. That's how you know y'all powerful. Anyways, that's what we got going on the 23rd, gang, okay? Move right into that Pisces stellium. All of our psychic clairvoyant powers get activated. And then to close out the month, guys, on the 24th, last significant transit of the month, full moon in Virgo. Full moon in Virgo. All right, guys. So this is when we start to gauge that 6th and 12th house space. All right. We start to create all this new awareness, right? Amongst 12th house energies, Pisces-like energies, our creative awareness, our understanding our healing properties, understanding how to be Montel Williams for ourselves, understanding how to be the counselor, psychiatrist for ourselves, family. You know, it's always great to seek external help for things dealing with, you know, your shadow work, things dealing with, y'all doing that right now. Y'all watching me to help understand how to navigate things with the subconscious and form of spirituality. I do that, paying attention to some of my favorite spiritual teachers or whatnot, this, that, and the third, some of my favorite spiritual colleagues. So some of us are in therapy, some of us got certain counselors and psychiatrists in our life, and or whatnot. Some of us got best friends, all these different type of external support systems outside of ourselves. But guys, it comes a time and different chapters and phases in our life where we have to learn how to be that person for ourselves. All right, you don't have to take that whole toll on yourself throughout your whole life and try to create a responsibility for yourself to only be the only counselor and only be the only help in your life. But I do believe that we all have, you know, the potential and capacity to be that in tune with our subconscious and our spirit to understand, all right, what's right, what's wrong, what we need to filter out, what we need to add in. Okay. And that just comes down to our spiritual awareness. And that's why we're here, because we're going to expand our spiritual awareness every day of the week. All right. I mean, every week of the month. I mean, every month of the year, family. All right. Let me not get too excited. It's early in the day. All right. It's just that one energy, that first energy. And all of y'all uplifting vibes right now just be picking my vibes up. All right, gang. But I'm going to save the rest of my energy for church service. Well, matter of fact, excuse me, I'm not about to talk about full moon and Virgo. So excuse me. So we got all that energy going on with Pisces, guys. And then the full moon Virgo comes, and that's when we start to look at our sense of regimen. That's why we become, you know, very sensitive to everything dealing with how we're structuring and formatting things in our life, and understanding how we could either remove things out of our regimen, seeing what blockages are within our schedule, so we can start to create that space for the rest of Pisces season. All right, let me see how far. Yeah, so the sun enters Pisces and the full moon is 6 days after that. All right, it's a week right after that. So the sun in Pisces is going to be like around 5 degrees. It's going to be like around 5 degrees. So once again, we get that full moon early, and we really get to use the rest of Pisces season to bring that creative energy into these pockets, into our schedule, in our regimen, right? We intuitively pick up on things that we need to connect to and embrace to heal. But when we get into the full moon in Virgo, that's when we get into the practical aspect of, all right, how do I fit that into my schedule? Hypothetically speaking, I know meditation, I know, you know, reading, going for my walks, this, that, and the third. I know these things is what spirit needs to keep me in a positive frequency vibration and help my healing process for this, that, and the third, or help move spirit into more of a positive space in my life, help keeping spirit in a space full of growth. But it comes to a point practically, all right, these things take time. I have to see how to navigate my schedule routine. And that's what the full moon in Virgo helps us to do. All right. So whatever house we have Virgo in, that's the house that's going to be fully illuminated, that we're going to have to, you know, filter and detox some influences out. All right, gang. So tonight we're going to church. We're going to be breaking down, going more in depth on all these influences for each sign, gang. I hope everybody enjoys the first of the month. Everybody, you know, I mean, claim it, family. If you made it to this point of the video, first of all, I'm sorry. I am drenching y'all today. It's the first of the month, guys. You're going to get this holy water. Bring the kids in the playroom. Tell the kids to come up here. We're going to have a special church service for the kids over the weekend for the first, you know, that first Sunday be lit, y'all. Everybody, niggas that don't even like going to church be at church in the first Sunday. All right? Niggas bring extra food. Niggas drip, be crazier. All right? That first Sunday be damn near like Easter Sunday. Niggas bring their best fits for that first Sunday. Church service be a little bit longer, though. All right? It'd be like, all right now, Pastor. All right, it'd be one of them 4 or 5 hour live streams, okay? But, yeah, hold on. Get some of that healing on you. If you made it up to this part of the video, what you gonna put in the comments? because y'all already threw the ashes, the plates, and the waters, and the ones. I need something different to know you made it up to this point in the video. If you made it up to this point in the video, throw the number 10 out there. All right? Add that 0 to the 1. Add that completion. All right? Add that starting point energy to the 1. If you made it to this video, let me see the 10. Okay, either way, I hope everybody is in prosperous spirits, guys. I can't wait to see y'all at church later today. And make sure you claim it. Make sure you are one with all the things that you know are here for your growth, guys. Do not, feel guilty about having to leave certain things behind when you're feeling called to evolve, guys, because we just can't take everything in the process with us. But we're going to go more in depth on that. Until next time, family. Peace.